Hey guys, I'm just doing an introduction to the Q&A. The reason for the thumbnail is because we had to reshoot the whole Q&A. So everything that I said in the first Q&A kind of messed up. Hopefully everything's fine. I don't know if the sound's good because I had a radio mic on before. I have to use the camera mic. So I hope it works out okay. And I hope you enjoy the Q&A. Thanks guys.
Allow me to introduce myself. Who knows what dastardly crime might perpetrate?
Am I too close?
You're too close. There you go, there you go.
What's going on guys, it's Cameron here. Now this is too like looking at you. So let's get cracking. Do I have a YouTube channel? Yes I do. I'll be posting it. Actually I think the link's on, is it on the Instagram?
Nah, you gotta change it.
Okay, I'll put the link back on the Instagram. So you will be watching this video on the Instagram. I hope. No, not the Instagram, on the YouTube. So this person said, how can I lose weight in the fastest way possible and stay fit while leading a very busy lifestyle while I'm working from 6 AM till 2 AM?
From 6 AM till 2 AM.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. If you're working from 6 AM till 2 AM, I don't know how you're gonna do it.
What job is this?
Yeah, how are you sleeping? Explain to me what kind of job you're doing so I can actually give you a hand. Next question. Has fitness affected your mental health in terms of day-to-day life? Of course it has. Fitness is something that I believe everyone should be doing. It just benefits everything. Just think about it logically. If you're going out and you're living a life where you can't do certain things because you're not fit, you're not healthy, so you're held back by so many things, and that's a barrier, to your lifestyle. If you have barriers on your life, it's just gonna force you into a negative state. You're gonna be embarrassed because you can't do certain things, and ultimately, I think health and your well-being should be your priority. We're so caught up in a world where we just brush it under the carpet and we kind of forget about it. It becomes kind of like a chore. I know far too many people which look at me and say, oh yeah, well done, you're doing this this gym thing, you're doing all this healthy fitness, good nutrition, you're doing all this sort of stuff, well done. And I'm just thinking in my head like, this should be the fundamental of everyone's life. This should be what we're taught from birth, is maintaining a good healthy body through good nutrition, through correct fitness, whether that's going to the gym, whether that's running outside, or you're doing yoga. We all need to contribute in different ways so we can benefit. There's so many different things which back health and fitness and its impact on your mental state. So I think a lot of people which don't really agree with health and fitness because they see it as a chore, I think really need to give it a go. Me personally, it has helped. I feel a lot more positive. I'm just able to do a lot more, and because I'm able to do a lot more, I am in a constant happy state. My concentration levels are higher. It all contributes to the whole concept that I'm trying to say, is that health and fitness, it does correlate with your mental state, in my opinion. I'm sure some people would disagree, but that's my personal opinion, and this Q&A is to me. So next question, I hope that answers the question. Next question is, what is the ideal macro for post-workout meal? There is no ideal macro for post-workout meal. I say this, then again it's an endless argument. Some people are for, some people are against. But through my personal experience and through what I've read, and you know, anything that I read, I make sure that science has backed it. I've read, and you know, I've kind of lived it myself, is that as soon as I finish my workout, as long as I'm getting in a balanced meal, you know, that will be my fats, my carbs and my protein, so all my macronutrients, I make sure I have a meal that has all of them on this plate. And to me, that's the biggest thing. That's the key to your post-workout meal. And to answer your question, what is the best macro? Get all of them in, man. Because we're so limited to the fact that, you know, we think, oh, we need to cram in our protein straight away. It's, you know, totally nonsense. The main thing is you're getting in all your nutrients, all your macros that you need. And whether that's 30 minutes after the workout or 2 hours after the workout, it doesn't really matter. Followed by also, what is the best way to get my carbs in post-workout to be digested quickly? There's one thing that I do agree with, and it's used by a lot of Olympians, and that's Vitargo. Vitargo is a very fast absorbing carbohydrate that a lot of people use. It has had, I think, a few studies on it. It's one thing that I've used myself, and I can feel the difference. You guys have, you know, protein shakes, chuck it in, or with your creatine, or whatever you're having it with, even if it's flavored water, you can chuck the Vitargo in, and that's a fast digesting carb. What type of workout plan do you recommend for someone who wants to shed weight? More cardio or more muscle work? This can go two ways. No, actually, yeah. This can't go two ways. My main advice is keep it balanced. If, like I said, if you're going in the gym for like an hour, you know, you're pushing for 60 minutes, get that balance. 30 minutes cardio, 30 minutes weight training, and that should do it. As long as you're having a balance between cardio and weight session, I wouldn't say push for weights more than cardio, and I wouldn't say push for cardio more than weights. You know, find a balance between the both. The main thing for shedding weight, and this can be for the person that's, you know, that's doing the 6 a.m. to 2 a.m, is making sure you're having the balanced meal, you're having your nutrients. Find out what your maintenance calories are, and I'll post a link below of a calculator that you can work out, you know, your maintenance calories. Whatever your maintenance calories is, you deduct it by, say, 200 calories. That'll put your body into a deficit and you'll start dropping weight. Making sure that you're having a clean diet, you're not overdoing it with your fats, you're not overdoing it with your carbs, your simple sugars. Either way, you know, you need to try and keep yourself in a deficit. If you're in a deficit, you will naturally drop the weight. Whether you're doing the, you know, the crazy cardio or the crazy weight session, like I said, keep the balance, put yourself in a deficit and you'll start losing the weight. What are your pet peeves on the gym?
People not putting their weights away.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue that I have ever seen. You'll see it everywhere you go. If you walk into a gym, there's bound to be something on the floor. I haven't gone to a gym that you haven't seen. No, that's a lie, I have. But most gyms, they have weights laying around, and that's from dudes which come in, lift the weights, you know, they have enough energy to lift the weights, do their set. I don't know if, you know, they're at the verge of dying or what, but they don't seem to put the weights back, and it leaves us, you know, being thrown into an obstacle course, near-death experiences. So another one is someone coming over to you mid-set and asking if you're using a weight. And at this point, you know, you're laying down on a bench, you got 100 kg dumbbell each arm and you're flying, yeah? And they're tapping you on the shoulder to say you're using this weight, and you're at the bottom and you're straining with this weight to try and look at them, and you got headphones in and you're like, And yeah, so it's wait for them to finish, man, because it is a big annoyance. Pestering someone mid-set is the worst thing because it just knocks you off. Once you're in that zone, you need to let them stay in that zone, finish their set. Once they finish their set, ask them. If you're like running on a time limit, find something else to do. Because ultimately you need to respect other gym members that are in there. And last thing you want to do is cause someone an injury, or they cause you an injury. So yeah. What are some of the biggest misconceptions you feel people have towards fitness and training? I'm trying to remember what I said in the first attempt of this vlog, of this Q&A.
Protein shakes.
Ah, yeah.
Supplements.
Oh yeah. Okay, cool. So I spoke about protein shakes, people which go to the gym, and I know this through experience because people look to me, because I do personal training, they look to me and they say, oh, you have the answers. So people will come to me, and I've had this multiple times. This is what they'll say, oh, Cam, I've just started in the gym, you know, I'm lifting the weights, what protein shake should I have? And I just look at them and I'm like, you know, you've fallen into the trap just the way I did as well. You don't need protein shakes. And that's me being for real with you guys, is protein shakes are a sense of marketing, money making, and they use the media to kind of manipulate you to this concept that you do need it. The only kind of protein shakes I really agree with, sometimes I'll be taking them, is something that's 100% pure whey. Nothing is added in, no additives. You can find them on Amazon, and it's just 100% pure whey protein, and I think that's the cleanest way to go about it. But going back to what I was saying, is that the biggest misconception is that we really need protein shakes instead of good nutritious meals, and I think you can work that out yourself. Think about a balanced meal, think about having your fats, your carbs and your protein. This links in with what I was saying earlier as well. You need to think about getting the essential nutrients for your body to function properly. Cramming in protein shakes is not going to do you justice. But I know plenty of people which, you know, you just see them chugging down protein shakes and that's like their diet. And you're, you know, 90% of the time you're probably peeing it out. So it's a waste of money and a waste of time. I think I had another one, didn't I?
Yeah, industry.
Oh, before that was people who come into the gym, and I'm not gonna lie, this is mainly dudes that I know, saying that they don't do cardio and all they want to do is get big. And you know, that is a big misconception, is that they think doing cardio is, you know, gonna stop them from getting big. It's not, it's a lie. You need to do cardio, man. Whether it's 5 minutes at the beginning, 5 minutes at the end, do it. You need to throw it in somewhere, because at the end of the day you're working your cardiovascular system. Yeah, you may see, you know, you're putting on size exterior, but on the exterior, but you got to think about what's inside. So start thinking about that. If you're the average Joe that just goes in and just pumps the iron and then, you know, walks out without doing cardio, I guess that kind of coincides with why I do this kind of training. I've incorporated a lot more cardio because I agree with the whole concept of athletic kind of style, being able to use whatever size or mass I have on my body. Another misconception is females thinking if they lift weights they're gonna put on mass and start looking like a dude. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. I guarantee you get in the gym and you do a few months of weight training and you progress the same way any guy would, and you just stick to it. Just stick to it and see what happens. Take photos of before and after and you'll see the differences. You'll be happy that you chose to go down that path. It's one of those things that you know, we can constantly talk about and say, oh, you're not gonna get big, you're not gonna get big. Try it, just do it, just see what happens. If it doesn't work out, then it's not for you. But I guarantee you, once you go those few months and you look back at the photos, you think, wow, what a great change. Lifting weights has actually benefited me. But another misconception, I spoke about the fitness industry. A lot of people, both men and women, are pressured by the whole image of fitness, basically through the media. A lot of these men and women athletes, which are the pros and at the top and the faces of this industry, are fake. They're enhanced. Yeah, they put in, you know, a lot of work, but it defeats the whole purpose of leading this healthy lifestyle. Great, you're going in the gym, you're pumping whatever you are into your body, and you're training hard, hats off to you. But if you're doing this, you know, to benefit yourself, to lead, you know, a healthier lifestyle, do it the right way. Go into the gym, lift your weights, go outside, go for a run, do your cardio, or do your yoga, or do your sports, badminton, football, whatever it is you want to do. You know, do that and think about your nutrition. Cut out all the, you know, bad things. Get your sugars from your fruits. You know, everything else you can get from good sources of food. It's just everything has been, you know, thrown out in different ways. Don't look at these guys which are the face of the media, but I'm telling you 90% of the time you're not going to look like that. And half of these guys are doing something, these guys and gals, they're doing something that isn't naturally possible to achieve. And I'm not throwing you off, I'm not saying, don't do it because you want to look like that, because you will look amazing. I'm just saying a lot of these images are ridiculously perfect. You will look great if you carry on and you change your nutrition and all this kind of stuff. You lead a healthy lifestyle, you will have a healthy figure. It's just a byproduct of, you know, making these sacrifices and changing your lifestyle. So yeah, don't look at the media too much. It sometimes knocks you off and sometimes actually knocks you down. You can feel negative about yourself because you're constantly looking at these images saying, I need to look like that, I don't look like that, I need to look like that, putting in all this work, and you know, nothing's happening. There is big changes in you which you're not seeing. So step back, carry on doing what you're doing, and try not to focus too much on these images. Okay, next question is, how much protein is actually needed to lose fat and or build muscle? How you should do this is, you know, whatever you're doing with your calories, like I said, throw yourself into a deficit. Once you go into a deficit, keep your protein at whatever it was at maintenance level. The ratios I said, I think was 40, 40, 20 that I'm on. So 40 protein, 40 carbs, and 20 fat. And that's helped me drop my fat. This is from personal experience. It's helped me drop fat. I've seen it in other people. It's helped them drop fat. In terms of putting on size, I've seen myself get slightly bigger in certain areas. I don't know if that's down to dropping my fat. You know, there's constant arguments for and against the fact that you can't put on size when you're cutting. Through personal experience, I think you can put on size while cutting. Not ridiculous, but I've seen changes. I've seen muscle mass increasing, and I've seen my body fat going down. So how much protein is actually needed to lose fat and or build muscle? There is no set figure that I can give you. It's ratios based on your calorie intake. So work it out. Like I said, I'll post a calculator down below. Keep your protein at whatever it is at your maintenance. I think that's everything. Oh no, I have one other question which was asking me about, do I use MyFitnessPal? I do use MyFitnessPal. I don't know. Can they see it?
They can see your phone.
Okay guys, I have MyFitnessPal on the bottom dock of my iPhone, so it's like basically the one thing that I always use. The reason I always use this is because I like to keep track of what I'm putting in my body. It may seem a bit extreme, but I like to know on certain days when I'm feeling good or when I'm feeling bad. I can look back at this and I can say, okay, I ate this, this and this. It could have been this, and this made me feel a specific way. Not only for that, when people want to drop weight, download the app MyFitnessPal. It has the ability to scan barcodes. You can type in whatever you're eating and you can track, what kind of calories you're putting into your body. So you go onto MyFitnessPal, you add whatever you're eating during that day, and you scroll down to the bottom, you click on nutrition, it will give you a pie chart. I don't know if you guys can see that. And that just breaks down all the macronutrients you're having, so you can make sure, to that other question, how much protein, it can make sure that you're keeping track of your protein, your carbs, and your fat, so you can see where everything is. I think anyone should be using this kind of thing because it makes you aware of how many calories certain foods have. It kind of surprised me when I first started counting my calories and my macros, because I was quite shocked by the things which I was having on a daily basis, how many calories it actually has inside of them and how much of that we used to eat. So I was well over my calorie intake because I wasn't tracking. Who knows, you may even be going over your intake and not realizing. So get the app, it's definitely a good app. I think that concludes this Q&A. I think that's everything. If you guys have any other questions, just send them over. I'll try and do another Q&A eventually. But this is the first one. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope the sound's fine and everything like that. If you guys have anything that you want me to kind of bring in content-wise, just shoot me a message. I'm just, trying to help you people that want to push for fitness and push for good health. So yeah, I'm Cameron from Afikium Fitness, and thank you for watching.